In 2017, a dive bomber PE-2 with the crew was raced out of the swamp near Varfolomeevka in Primorsky region. The plane was at a depth of 5 meters. With the help of an excavator, the searchers managed to get the details of PE-2, the machine gun of a gunner radio man along with a parachute. This indicates that the crew couldn't leave the falling plane. The navigator's clipboard was the most valuable find. The navigational ruler, the documents and the maps were in a very good condition. In the evening, the searchers were able to pass the documents. There was a newspaper Trivoga among the other finds, dated the 2nd of May 1942. When it dried out, it was possible to read almost every line. An engine with the serial numbers was also raised, what made possible to establish the names of the crew members. An interesting find was discovered by a searcher from the Smolensk region in 2013. It was a gas AAA truck. Here is how the searcher himself describes this case. The truck was found even earlier, in 2009. We have always passed by it and made a couple of photos and smoked sitting on its cab. Those were the times when we searched without GPS. We spent the whole season there and this truck was the only thing we found. Well, that time we've decided to do nothing about it and left it in the swamp. 4 years have passed, the year 2013 has come and our attitude towards the finds has changed dramatically. We decided to go back to those places and see if the truck was still there. We left in the morning, planning to reach the spot by noon. We spread out in the woods and began searching. 4 hours passed, but still no sign of the truck. We almost decided that somebody had already towed it. So we got tired and took a little smoke break. Suddenly, we heard a tracked vehicle moving our way. It was not a coincidence, the woods were not cut down there and no one would get there in transit. Someone sold us out and so-called competitors were following us. In this situation, those who find the vehicle are the winners. So the search intensified. We began to jump over the debris like Olympic champions with saws, backpacks, shovels and a gun. I literally ran my heart out. Good luck was on our side. Luckily, I saw a piece of tin when I was jumping over another tree trunk. When I pulled it out from under the roots, I realized that it was a part of the truck door. The truck itself was somewhere nearby, but the forest has dramatically changed over these years. After having climbed a fallen tree, we finally saw the truck we came for. 30 minutes later, our competitors came up and we just discussed the situation without any rudeness and insults, so they drove away. We continued to feast on the skeleton of the legendary truck. After lunch, we began to clear the cab and searched with a metal detector all around. We understood that the vehicle was burnt. A truck was loaded with 37mm German shells and the shells were scattered around the area. 3 German helmets, 2 bayonet knives were found under the truck. The tow bar was not standard, but the German one. All proved that the Nazis drove the truck, but it was burnt. After it was burned, the engine and the front axle were removed, and all that came under heavy fire was left. The truck was cleared and the photo shoot began. Unfortunately, I didn't shoot the process of a truck expert, but it was a very laborious process and it took 3 days. 2 years after the truck was taken out, it was restored. Another story is from a searcher from the Belgorod region. Unfortunately, he decided not to describe the discovery of this military artifact in detail, but the uniqueness of this find itself deserves to be told about. In 2017, the perfectly preserved German motorcycle Zandab KS600 was found. Only the rear wheel was missing. The state of this find is simply unique. After cleaning out, it turned out that the motorcycle was painted yellow over the original color. a tactical sign of a motorcycle platoon, and the emblem of the 14th Wehrmacht Tank Division were of particular interest. The motorcycle was a two-seater with some kind of obscure metal box suitcase and a completely preserved exhaust system. Even both license plates were in place. Only the rear wheel wasn't found. A hot debate broke out about how to restore this vehicle. Some suggested removing the top coat of paint, while the others suggested leaving it as it is for a museum. There were also those who wanted to disassemble the motorcycle in parts for sale. 3 weeks later, the lucky searcher ended the dispute himself, making it clear that the motorcycle was already sold.